Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering the return of one of my favorite shows, and hopefully it's one of yours. It is BelAir. It's currently streaming on Peacock. This is season 3. Finally, it's back. Because of the writer's strike, you know, we usually get the show back in like February or so. But they got filming, I think they did filming like around springtime or whatever, and now the show is back. So we're about shy a little bit, a year and a half, give or take a few months. But I'm so glad you guys are back. I've been missing y'all. I do appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel, and you can leave your comments below. Let's get into it. Now, there are 3 episodes already up on the app. I still gotta find time to do all of them. You'll have them all up by the weekend. Possibly, I think you'll have one up tomorrow. You know, I think I've been doing pretty good. At least this week I've had a video for you guys every day. Please make sure that you check out to see what's going on my channel, to see what I've just recently uploaded, and anything else on my channel. All right, so this season is centered around summertime. School is out, and it looks like Carlton and Will, they're staying busy, you know, and also Carlton, he's going through a lot of rehab therapy, but they're in this business entrepreneur program, and they are trying to find a business as instructed by their instructor. I forgot his name, but the actor that's playing the head person, I think his name is Vic Mensa. I think that's his name. Anyways, they're trying to find different programs. So we're seeing them try ideas, and it's not really working right now. So the parents ended up suggesting to Will and to Carlton get some jobs for the summer. Carlton was like, "What? I need this." Yes, you need some structure. As your counselor has already stated, it's pretty good for you. So they're going to be working at the country club. So that should be a treat to actually see them go through that. How I wrote things down, I'm kind of going by character to character. I'll be a little bit more organized in everything that I do. But we can start with Will. Of course, Will is in his grind mode, trying to be the hustler as far as business. He's very impressed by the dude that he's following in this entrepreneurship business thing that he's got going on. And he's just looking for the next come up. Of course, now that they have jobs at the country club, that one bratty kid that Carlton used to hang around, he's around, and Will is very against him. Like, stay away from Carlton, as he has been for the last couple seasons anyways. They were kind of shocked that he was out there. His stepdad came out there. I forgot his name. That's why I don't remember. But the white guy, he's out there at the country club. And was saying, "Hey, if you need a hookup or whatever, I work for Google. Look me up. Let me know." We found out later in the episode, as Will is doing his country club stuff, he's hearing the white dude, and the stepdad talk about, "I can't believe Will dropped basketball." It's like, that's what he's good at. Like, the reason I'm kind of in this side, because I think that a lot of black men have to be put into this box as the only way of making it. You're either going to be successful as a black man really doing sports. You can do a regular trade if you want to. It might be good, but it's just like how society wants to put the stigma on and want to keep you there. Basically is, you do this as just being a sports figure or something like that. It's rare to see a black lawyer and all this good stuff, and I don't really think that that's it, but it's not the most recommended journey that you're going to go on. Because if you're not doing that, then you're just hustling on the street. And I hate the type of stigma and type of box they try to put on black people. Will is hearing that, and he's just like, whatever. So there's this other guy that's kind of rough around the edges there, kind of keeping Will and Carlton on their toes. Him and Will finally relate to certain things as far as life. He lives in Inglewood and goes to this private school. He says, "Let none of this fool you, blah, 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 blah. I'm still down with it, and I'm still trying to make things happen." he lets Will go off to try to find some business people that he can just connect with and all that, just for like a half hour or whatever. We move on to Carlton. Carlton, who it seems like at first is just that he doesn't want this job. He says that everyone's looking at him, but there was something more deeper, which we'll get into in just a few minutes. He's developed a liking towards this girl. I forgot her name, but he's been texting her, and there hasn't been any follow-up from her. Aunt Viv sees it and is just wondering what's going on, and he lets her know about this girl. He's like, well, do you really think right now that this should be your focus? And Carlton's like, well, please be open a little bit, only because she's just someone that I like being around, and we kind of just help each other. She says that she will talk to Uncle Phil. Carlton knows that he can wrap his finger around Aunt Viv a little bit, as we saw in last season. But he knows Viv is a little bit more soft and could possibly work Uncle Phil a little bit more. He follows this girl to this meeting because she hasn't been answering his texts. She blows up and just says, hey, this is my meeting, but guess what? You can have the meeting and I'll find another meeting. And it's in front of everyone. And I'll get back to him in just a few minutes. Uncle Phil, he's having a launch of his practice. And right now, the caterer that he was supposed to have canceled. He calls Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv is at her office trying to do what she does. And says, hey, I don't have a caterer. And she said, did you call Hillary? And then he's like, yeah, but she said that she's booked and busy. Her assistant ended up saying that she could find someone for Uncle Phil and all that good stuff. Uncle Phil is kind of seeing Aunt Viv as she has been, the doting kind of Dr. Still wife for him, doing certain things for him. And Viv is just still not feeling it. And we're seeing this season a more, someone that's sticking up for themselves. And I love that Vivian is doing that and saying, hey, look, for a time I was doing this being the Michelle Obama to your plans. And now I'm going to be Michelle Obama, the producer. I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to be basically Hillary Clinton. And I'm just saying that as archetypes, as someone, Hillary wants to be president outside of Bill, you know? I think that was great. Or even Hillary as a senator, I believe she was. So I love that she's sticking to her guns. And later on in the episode, she talks about, hey, I know you have all these parties and you want me to work the room. I'm not going to be available. And Phil says, yeah, I know that you're going to be pretty busy with the work that you are doing. So it looks like Uncle Phil is coming around. I don't know if he's doing unconsciously or consciously as far as trying to put Vivian into this role. Remember that heifer from last season that kissed Uncle Phil? Well, they have a little talk, him and Uncle Phil, like, how did you tell Vivian about the kiss? And he said, no, there's nothing to this kiss. It's like, good. So, flip it, Aunt Viv, and we'll get back to some other things. Aunt Viv is with the assistant. They found a caterer last minute that was actually free, and he made these chicken tacos, and she loved them very passionately. The dude is very handsome and built stocky, and it looks like Aunt Viv is a little bit caught up there in attraction. But he was hired. Let's move on, because at Vivian's job, she's trying to find a new person that's going to be a part of the fellowship, kind of like an intern. And right now, everyone's buttering up to her. Hillary is booked and busy, and I love that for her, especially after last season. Things started turning around for her. However, as we saw, things were kind of just ripped up under her, like a rug ripped up under her, for certain things that she was doing with the content creator house and all that good stuff. She's engaged to LaMarcus. Right now, she's having some sister-to-sister time, or sister-sister day with Ashley. Ashley's not feeling LaMarcus. And I love that for Ashley, because we ain't either. Nothing's wrong with LaMarcus, but it's just not Hillary and Jazz. Y'all let me know in the comments, am I right or wrong? It's not Hillary and Jazz, and that's all we want. So, Ashley has tentative plans for the sister-sister day, which also includes going to Jazz's record shop. And she's like, well, I got to pick up some records, and Hillary's like, I see how you slipped that in with the day and all that good stuff. Just do this for me, as Ashley said, and Hillary does oblige. They go to Jazz's place right when he's reading a letter. It looks like he owes some taxes on the business that he owns. Jazz and Ashley, they were excited to see each other, and he shows the records or gets the records for Ashley. He sees Hillary come in, and the mood changes. Hillary's in this mode of, look, Ashley wanted to come here, it wasn't me, blah, 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 blah. They have a few words of exchange, and you can see that the tension is there, and the love is there, the ship is there. We just need to get them to get their acts together. So, let me make sure. We're going to go to Jeffrey. Frederick is back. And Frederick looked good. He's boxing with Jeffrey and all that good stuff. And Frederick is asking questions about Jeffrey and his life back in, I think, London or UK, whatever. What I've been hearing is that you were a part of this group called the Hill Boys. It was a gang, and that you killed someone. And basically Jeffrey said, don't believe everything you hear, blah, 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 blah. He talks with Uncle Phil about it, and basically Uncle Phil says, it's probably best to hear it from you. Be open and transparent. I think at that point, Uncle Phil should have kind of put in his face that you didn't mind telling Will about some of the stuff that we had to do to try to protect him. So why are you being kind of tight-lipped? And I love Jeffrey, but I mean, facts are the facts, So, what was it? Jackie. Did I talk about Jackie? Yeah, I did talk about Jackie. We'll talk about her in just a second. The day of the launch of Uncle Phil's business, there's a lot of business people there. We got Byron Allen, Will and Carlton that work in the room, trying to find different ones that they just try to get inspiration and all that good stuff. They ended up coming up with a plan, and they called Vic Mensa's character and saying that we've finally found a business model that we're going to be doing, and it's called Black Success. It's Black and Success mixed together. And I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Let me see what else. Jazz comes, and Jazz was shocked that he was there because it's like, Uncle Phil likes me. So Uncle Phil takes him to the side and says, hey, how is business? I do know in South LA, a lot of businesses are taking a hit. If you need some equity, let me know. And he was like, okay. He sees Hillary in the corner of his eye, and he kind of just shuts out whatever Uncle Phil is saying. By the time they're done, finished talking, he talks with Hillary and just saying, I see what you're doing. All of a sudden, Will likes me, Ashley likes me, your dad likes me, and is offering me equity. And of course, you're the one that told him about it. And she's like, yeah. Basically, he's being bullheaded and stubborn, and he's like, I can handle my own. And she's like, I don't understand why you're just being so stubborn. Why don't you just take the offer to get you out of this bind? He's kind of projecting, saying, why are you doing all this? You act like you don't like me, and then you do all this other stuff, So he ends up kissing her. Hillary's upset. What did you do that for? And then she walks out. But obviously, that kiss is going to be memorable. Let's see. So Carlton, he goes to that meeting, right, with that girl that says that you stay, I go. Carlton ends up being vulnerable and saying, hey, I've been doing things for other people, doing things to keep up the appearance that I'm okay. Anxiety is through the roof, being around people, don't want to hear from a bunch of folks about me, asking updates and doing stuff for a girl, and I haven't really been doing anything for me. I loved his vulnerability. He still feels alone. And the group lead was like, look, you're amongst people, and I wanted to let you know that you are not alone in all of this. I have fallen so in love with the character of Carlton. I love the story that they have given to him, and I'm glad it wasn't just a quick fix for him. There's a lot of stuff that he's got to work through, and it looks like he's going to be in a lot of mess this season, according to the trailer. So the girl who left, as Carlton is leaving, the girl follows him and says, hey, I was hearing in the hallway, and enjoyed his vulnerability. She says, she talked, I really backed off because I really had been a screw up, and the thought of someone saying that they need me was not what I could actually handle. And Carlton was like, I'm sorry that I put that on you. So just basically now she's ready to try something with Carlton, and they kiss. Again, this whole relationship stuff probably isn't good. Two addicts of whatever is their vice. It's probably not good to be really hooked up with each other. But hey, who is we? You know. Also at the party, Uncle Phil's party, that heifer is acting very strange around Viv. She can see it. Uncle Phil is questioning, like, did you notice any of that? I think her name's Erica. How she was acting, and he's like, nope, I didn't. She did have a lot to drink, so probably that was it. So obviously, that intuition is kicking in. Uncle Phil, although you're a lawyer, you don't sound like you are that. You're not a good liar. Oh, let me see. Frederick, even also at the party, we find out that Frederick got some ulterior motives. He's talking with someone on the phone, like Jeffrey doesn't know. I'm just around him right now. So he's got some secrets that he's holding. I don't know what's up with that. Jeffrey ends up confessing to Frederick, I am one of the Hill Boys, and I was trying to protect you and keep you separate from me. But now, I think he ended up saying that there was an accidental death or whatever. But anyways, now those people know about you. And that's why I've chosen for you to be around me, to keep you safe. I have a feeling that Frederick is kind of working with them. He might even be a part of those Hill Boys. That's just my thoughts. And it's easy for him to go over there because he probably wanted to find a little bit more about his dad, and also kind of his revenge of not having his dad in his life. That's my thoughts in regards to that. Aunt Viv has sent flowers from the chef guy, so it looks like there is going to be a little bit of some type of relationship brewing. We shall see what happens, but I mean, both the how can I say this? Both Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv got something going on with somebody else, whether it's an attraction or a kiss. We're gonna see how what goes on with this marriage. I'm excited for the season. I have 2 more episodes to cover, and I'll get those to you as soon as I can, but I wanted to give you something today. Please let me know, what are your predictions for the season? Anything you saw in the trailer that you thought was pretty good, or you think there's anything else that's going to be happening? I think I did say Jackie is now the one that's going to be a part of Aunt Viv's fellowship. So Aunt Viv is messy. So while Will is juggling Lisa, now he got Jackie to deal with again. So we shall see how this goes. But I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Again, put your thoughts below. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, peace.